G'day folks, welcome back to Enshrouded, and welcome back to Wistful Fields. Obviously, hope you guys are doing well. In the previous episode, we did have a bit of an adventure, a pretty big adventure if you ask me. We went to the coldest elixir well. It was a little bit confusing at first, but we sort of managed to figure out the location of all of the shroud roots and cut them all down for some juicy skill points, obviously. And speaking of skill points, perhaps maybe now is a decent enough time for us to look at our skill points. We've got 7 available, and yeah, one of the other reasons why I want to just quickly look at this is because, well, I've been kind of working my way towards getting updraft. A lot of people have commented that this is a pretty decent thing to have utility-wise, and it should let us soar to higher heights, hopefully. So you can basically jump while gliding. For the cost of 100 mana, you will gain a little bit of height. But do we even have 100 mana? I mean, we haven't really built our character to be a, magic caster or anything like that. So I'm trying to figure that out, actually. So let me just take a look. Yeah, here. Mana. We've got 230. So, yeah, I mean, we should be able to utilize this skill in that case. I was sort of a little bit worried about taking this if we weren't going to be able to immediately benefit from it. And we've got another 3 skill points, which I'm not entirely sure what I should spend on just yet. But I might not bore you guys with deciding on how to spend the 3 skill points right now. I could spend a little bit of time offline just, having a look around and making some decisions that way. Let's just give Ruffles a quick pet there to get our paws touch. And in this episode, I think it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag because, well, we completed one of the main quest lines, right? Which is to, excise the shroud roots from the coldest elixir well. We do have the Cyclops head that we now need, and we should, hopefully, be able to strengthen the flame. The only thing that I do need is a little bit of ice, which I haven't gathered. I've been naughty and not really been doing my homework, so I better go out there right now and just very quickly grab some ice. And I don't think it's going to really take us too long to do, but I will perhaps speed up the footage here so that we don't have to, wait around for too long. Am I in the right place? No, absolutely not. Need to go perhaps here is better. It is getting a little bit dark as well, so I kind of want to do this quickly. So there's a lot of shroud there. Maybe I should take the spire, in fact. And I sort of want to get myself to the quarry, and yeah, there's the quarry over there, so we should be able to get all of the ice that we need. Yeah, but I was sort of thinking, what else do we do in this episode? Ooh, look at that. Yeah, okay, so that's how the skill works. Basically, it feels like a normal updraft, basically, that you can find around the world. Okay, so we should be able to dig here. So I might speed this up. Alright. So I think we should have enough, to be honest. I think it was like 40 that we needed. You know what, I might just quickly grab like a couple more. So we've got some to spare just in case, but let's head back and let's ignite the flame once more. Well, not really ignite the flame, but upgrade the flame. Okay, so let's take a look at what happens. Yeah, we only needed the 40, to be honest, so we've got a little bit of ice to spare. I'm just trying to remember here. Okay, so ice is actually considered to be soil, so you can actually place it down and, you know, proliferate ice if you wanted to. So that's good to know. Okay, flame level 7. I don't know if there's going to be another level, I presume, maybe? We've announced our arrival in the Albanese summits and claimed their deepest elixir well, but something sinister yet brews inside Howling Peak, a corrupted being, yearning to destroy and to be destroyed. We must draw it out by lighting the balefires circling the mountain, thus waking its ire. I will show you the way. Cool. Slay the corrupted beast. And then we can, indeed, upgrade the flame to level 8, which is going to require quite a few different things. Presumably this is going to be the beast that we need to slay here, the Fell Dragon Youngling. If there's a youngling, perhaps maybe there's an adult version as well, which can be concerning. So we're gonna need a little bit of Wolfsbane. So we should be able to grow that pretty easily. Obsidian, we know where to get. Amethyst, yeah, pretty easy to get as well. Silver can be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm sure it's not going to be too difficult though. And yeah, we have all of the survivors necessary to upgrade the flame further, so that's good. What do we do at this stage in our playthrough? Well, I could immediately go for our next objective, and that is, I assume, maybe going here, or no, that's... no. Hang on a second, let me just take a look at the journal here. Slaying the corrupted beast. So if I set that as active, so look around you. From the position of each balefire, you should be able to see other structures in the distance. Each new structure will hold a balefire. The final one is nested on the mountain very high up in a town called Everford Keep. There are 8 in total, and you must light them all to proceed. Alright. Well, how many balefires have we found? I think we have gotten a couple, right? So there's this one. Have we only gotten one? Maybe we've only gotten one. I thought we had I thought we'd lit a couple already. So that's going to be a bit of an ordeal, isn't it? But let's not worry about it too much, just immediately. We can chip away at the balefires, I think. But I do want to do one thing that I probably should have done like ages ago, to be honest. And that is to get ourselves some beehives, because I keep needing to go out and forage for honey and wax, especially considering how much of those candles we've been making. And I figure maybe it's time for us to, you know, get our own. And in terms of placement, it's a bit tricky, but I think maybe I'll use this area here. I don't want it, like, right against the structure over here, because I feel like probably people inside wouldn't appreciate all of those bees buzzing about. Another place to consider could be maybe just back here. We could put a couple of beehives. Yeah, maybe that's a better idea. Anywho, beehives, I think that's from... Is it the farmer? Perhaps. Might need to summon her, but let's see. Oh, she's just here. And I do want to have a chat with various people in town because I feel like there's a whole bunch of quests that we haven't really even obtained, and I should really start looking at some of those things. Oh, look at these. Garden gnomes. Very cool. Alright, we'll work on those at some point. Here we go. And we've got everything we need for all of this, so I'm thinking maybe just a couple of them would be a good idea. I don't know how big these things are. Yeah, they are not gigantic or anything, but they are still quite large. Where's the entrance? Oh, I think I saw it just then. So maybe we do one there and just another one right next to it. There. So, what do we need to make honey? Oh, we actually need water and sugar to get all of this done. Interesting. Well, we've got a little bit of water going on here. I might just quickly grab a little bit. And we can split all of that. So, drop in 25 water each. We're going to need that sugar though. So, and sugar I think we make through... Was it sugar cane? But then after we harvest the sugar cane, I assume we just need to process that here. Yeah, okay. So I might do maybe something like 8.
Good luck.
We can drop in like 4 each. I don't know how much honey that's going to actually give back to us. I suppose I should check the recipe here. Actually, there's 2 recipes. You can either get honey or wax. Okay. Well, you know, I don't really think I need honey that much right now. We've got plenty of honey, but I could do with some extra wax, so I probably want to drop in some plant fibers in here. But yeah, I will drop in some of the sugar anyway, just for whenever we need it. But I suppose we should just go back to the wax though. And plant fibers. I don't know if I might still have some sitting in here. Yeah, just a little bit, but that's not much at all. I wonder if I have some plant fibers sitting around in storage. Let me have a quick look. I get a feeling I've probably just used all of my plant fibers at this point. But you never know. There might be some tucked away. Oh, here we go. Bit of plant fiber there. So I'll just split those. And we should have our own wax production. It'll be happy days. So how much do you get? 1 for each bit of water and 3 plant fibers. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it's as efficient. But anyway, I mean, periodically we can come back and find ourselves with a bit of wax to work with, which is maybe a nice thing. And I don't know if I'll permanently keep the bees where they are. We could perhaps design a space for the bees like an apiary of sorts. Maybe even out here could be good for, you know, having an apiary. But we'll think about that later. So, got a bit more water here. Do I drop that in? I could. We still have quite a bit of water there, so I might just drop my water in here. There we go. Okay, so now that that's done, finally, we should be having a chat with various people about different quests that they might want us to complete. We may as well start here with Balthazar. The Cinder Vault. When disaster struck, we adapted, rose above all limitation, freed of prejudice and convention. A splinter group of ancients, usually hidden in silence and obscurity, worked hand in hand with humans to build the Cinder Vaults. So there are two factions, or maybe even more, of ancients. And some ancients, I guess, are responsible for, you know, the ruin that we find ourselves in. And others wanted to save us, I guess. They worked hand in hand with humans to build the Cinder Vaults. They house the only hope humanity has left, hidden from the Shroud, sleeping, waiting to be roused by the Flameborn. I don't think that gave us a quest line, maybe just a little bit of exposition and a bit of story. Few are left. It seems we are complete. A meager group, far fewer than expected. Our Cinder Vaults could only sentinel so few, but we stand strong nonetheless. Together, we will fan your flames, friend. May your light reach the farthest corners of the land. Cool. And about weapon gems. My research has led me to a bold new theory. The ancients once had an affinity for gems and used them for augmentation. Perhaps Flameborn aren't fit for being augmented, but your weapons could be. If we found an ancient gem forge, I have an inkling of where to look. Don't worry. And perhaps a conductor or energy source. Then we could claim the gem power for ourselves. Okay. The purpose of weapon gems. The might of these gems is unlike any conventional magic, so what was their purpose? Well, the ancients searched natural power sources, such as lava and fire, to fuel their constructs. Perhaps the gems are a sort of energy storage vessel, with a magnetic pull that clings to the naturally flowing energy around them, memorizing it, being molded by it. But what grand invention would need such powerful fuel? Origins of weapon gems. Gems are seemingly rare in our altitude, at least. Their properties are not at all common on the surface. I propose this. The ancients unearthed these gems on their never-ending dig for knowledge. Why did they abandon the pursuit? Perhaps they were interrupted by a greater mystery, turned calamity. The Shroud? Maybe there's a point there. So, have we now obtained new quests? Slaying the corrupted beast. Finding and using a gem forge. Okay. We could follow this quest line. Perhaps maybe that's what we should do, guys, instead of picking up every available quest out there immediately. Maybe we chip away at it, and maybe we focus on finding this gem forge and seeing what benefits that might give us. Because I'm keen on being able to install some gems on weapons, and so far we don't really know how to do that just yet. Oh, look at that. It's actually not very far at all. So, yes, let's go ahead and check this place out. I mean, considering it's not far from home, I assume the enemies won't be too difficult to deal with. So, yeah, let's head down there. Do we need to go into the Shroud? If I can avoid it, I will. But perhaps maybe the location is going to be below us, yeah. I mean, all good. We can still find our way in. Also, I should really be trying to reharvest certain things in the Shroud because I feel like perhaps maybe there are updates and materials which I may be missing out on if I don't really harvest stuff. I mean, we've seen Shroud Liquid before, so that's not exactly too exciting. Okay, so we've got a bit of a cave going on here. And a few enemies. Okay. These enemies seem to have trouble trying to hit stuff. Alright, what do we have here? Forge weapon gems. Each gem forge requires a unique resource for upgrading and inserting gems. The level gems can be upgraded to is limited for each forge. Seek out forges in more dangerous areas to unlock higher levels. You have discovered a gem forge. You can use its power to infuse gems with energy, archaic essence, or extract it from them. These gems can be inserted into weapons to unlock powerful effects. But don't we need weapons that that are able to be slotted with gems? So I don't think my weapon can be, right? Or can any weapon take gems? I'm not sure. I think we picked up a weapon or two the other day where we saw some kind of a slot. And you defeated the enemies inside the Gemforge and discovered... Yeah, while the Gemforge is still intact, the rest of the little sanctum is ransacked. Perhaps the Fel came here to claim the archaic essence used in weapon augmentation for themselves. Follow the footsteps of the Fel and find out where they took the stashed energy resource. So perhaps maybe we'll get a gem by just simply following the quest line here. Could be. Location below, it says. Is there an entrance way through here, though? No. I do need to search around this area, apparently. So yeah, let's have a look around. Okay, we've got another Shroud lair, not so far off from our home. Heart of the Lair. So that's what the lairs are about. Okay. So we'd be able to continue through here, presumably. Okay, tell you what, I think the wisest thing to do right now is to perhaps get out of the Shroud and reset our Shroud timer. So I don't know how difficult things are going to be down there. I mean, we are still in the Springlands area, so assuming because of that, it's not going to be too difficult, but still. Let's give us the best chance. I say that as I refuse to eat any of my food. Okay, so 11 minutes on the clock. And I guess I should really be gathering some of the archaic essence here because we are likely going to need to use it to craft. Jeez. Huge infestation here. Get away. I suppose this is maybe a good place to be harvesting all of the archaic essence when we need it. Just go to some of the easier shroud layers, like this one, perhaps. I mean, maybe I'm speaking too soon. I'm saying that it's easy. I really don't know how much archaic essence I should really be collecting. So I can always come back for this stuff, but... Hey, this area looks very red. Oh! God, alright. Well, I think we just doomed ourselves for death. We might be able to do something about this. I think it's not over just yet. Yeah, up this way. Hey. Alright, that was a close one. But perhaps maybe it's also, you know, a decent idea for us to go out here anyway, because we've been sort of stopping quite a bit to gather up resources down there. Maybe a few trips are actually in order. But good experience, at least for our first Shroud Lair raid, if you want to call it that. Ow. I mean, better than accidentally going into the lava. So I think we did go through here. A bit more essence right here. Yeah, anything reddish and pinkish I think we really should just stay clear of in this game. I won't break that yet, I think. I'll come back to it in case we really need it. There we go. Gem of Bleeding. I suppose this was supposed to be a bit of a challenge if you were quite low level. I think it's a nice introduction for us, though. I suppose maybe this is a tutorial shroud lair, and all the other shroud lairs will be extremely difficult to deal with. Not to mention, you might need to stay in the shroud for quite a while. Okay, is there anything else in this shroud lair that I should be looking out for? Otherwise, I might go back to the forge. While we're here, we may as well grab all of this. Brilliant, okay. So, one thing that I don't like about the shroud lair, though, is there's no shroud route at the end of it, and then, you know, you can't clear out an area of the shroud and quickly portal yourself out. So that could be an issue, especially if you're sort of running out of shroud timer towards the end of your expedition. Is there anything else? Maybe not. Oh, hang on. Almost missed that. Yeah, there we go. Got a little bit of treasure. A bronze sword. And 100% this has a gem slot, right? So I really probably want to go out to some of the more tougher areas to see if we can pick up new weapons that would have gem slots. I just really like the current weapon that we have. Is it giving us the life leech? I can't remember now. I think the life leech that we have may actually be coming from one of the perks that we've chosen in the skill tree. But yeah, I would not go without life leech, I would say. We go back this way. Hang on, no. Perfect. Okay, as soon as we're out of the shroud, we'll, actually, we do need to go to the forge, don't we? Yeah, it should be just here. I mean, I don't mind using the gem for just playing around with the gem crafting options. So Gem of Bleeding, critical hits with cutting damage cause bleeding on the enemy, dealing 11 damage per second for 7 seconds. So what does upgrade do? Oh, right. So you can simply upgrade the gem itself to other levels. That's cool. Okay, so it can do even more damage, perhaps. But it does say that it's just giving you the same amount. We need 91 archaic essence. Essence for that. Okay, now with the next level, for 104 archaic essence, you'll do 12 damage per second for 7 seconds. Yeah, that seems pretty good, but I don't really know if I really want to upgrade this gem. And apparently the max gem level is 10, so perhaps maybe there are other gems out there that are really good. Or maybe... would there be a different level for each type of gem, I wonder? Anyway, can we insert this? Yeah, okay. So, as we can see, the only one that we can insert it to is this bronze sword. Can we take a gem out of a piece of equipment once we're done with it? I guess you can. You can simply extract the gem. Will it get rid of the sword? No, the sword is still available. So there you go. Let's take a look at our journal once more, and I think we may have completed that quest line. I think we have. So that's very, very good. I'm very happy about that. So we've learnt a thing or two about, you know, crafting with gems. We just need to find weapons worthy of gem crafting, and we also need to find gems that are worth using as well. So, a lot to think about. Definitely, you know, looks, smells, and feels like endgamey type content, you know? So you can probably find like the best weapon out there and the best gems out there to just really demolish everything that you see. I'm curious as to how wide our construction area is now, although I don't really have our... Oh, I do actually, I do have the hammer on me. Just want to take a look. It doesn't seem like our area has increased, unless it's increased further in a different direction. But yeah, I feel like that was already our limit before. Possibly. Anyway, not going to worry too much about it. This looks a little jarring, doesn't it? I do want to extend our road up to this point. At some point we'll do that. Okay, so next quest line though, I think it might be a good idea to continue exploring more. It's very tempting to go back into some building, but I feel like it's time for us to find some of those balefires to see if we can we can at least light another one. And you know, I've got the food for it. We've got the gear for it. I think it should be good. We probably need to have a sleep though. So I keep thinking of stealing someone else's bed, but is it even night? I guess it's not exactly, but can we... Yeah, okay. 60 times speed. The nice thing about this huge hole in the wall that we have is we can actually see the stars in the night sort of pass by when we're having a sleep. Let's get our cause touch going. And the balefires. Yeah, I mean, surely I lit a couple of them. So let me get myself to the ancient spire. And what we'll do from here is, I reckon we will glide our way to the balefire that we've already lit. And the guidance from the journal seems to suggest that we'll be able to identify the location of each balefire, you know, location by simply looking around. So, and looking around from that location. Although, can we look around from here? Is that even a possibility? So in that direction, we've got the balefire over there that we've already lit. We've got another spire over there. That's the Nomad Highlands. There's another spire over in that direction, which I think might actually be sitting around here somewhere, or maybe in that direction, potentially. Or am I seeing the Revelwood Spire? Perhaps that's the Revelwood Spire, actually. Where would another balefire be? No doubt there's probably going to be another one around here somewhere. I'm confused. I might try my luck going off in that direction where we can see that mountain just over there. Might be a good idea to have a bit of food, as this place can be a little tougher to deal with. We are a little bit wet here. Let's just dry off a little bit. And we should have 15 minutes to work with every time we get a little bit cold. Actually, 22 minutes rather. So let's go in this direction. And we should also uncover the map a little bit, which is quite nice. Yeah, making good use of our new skill there. Can we reach this plateau? Possibly? May as well grab some sparks there. Okay, so don't really see any structures or anything like that here. Could that be something? I don't think so. Oi, 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 oi. I'm just looking around in peace. Get over here. banner grappling ability is really just a game changer, isn't it? Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Shocking Ice Wand. Yeah. I wonder if weapons that have a gem slot are quite rare. They just don't like simply drop willy-nilly. Maybe we have specific places we need to go to try and find them. Possibly. About 20 minutes on the timer there for hypothermia. Just keeping an eye out. Alright, just trying to get myself to decent vantage points. Gotta find these balefires, wherever they may be. Oh lord. Okay, yeah, well, that happened. Oh, what do we have here? I did see, well, I was sort of hoping to get to these structures here. I was not expecting just a random house in the middle of nowhere between the mountains. Let's have a look around. Give me all your books. And your potions. Is there a way into the attic, I wonder? Doesn't appear to be. I really do like the look of the stone for this house, and this is probably what I'm going to be using for our, like, castle eventually. Ooh, there we go. What kind of material is this? That looks kind of sick. Maybe I should be using that for some kind of a forge. Well, if there's no way in, maybe we can create our own way in. Is there even an attic? Maybe there's not even an attic to look at in the first place. I think that's all solid roof. Okay. Just gonna see if there's actually anything down there. I think it just appears to be a few structures over here, but I don't really know if they have the balefire. Probably not. Doesn't look like there's any way in either. Perhaps an area that the devs haven't exactly finished working on. And that's fine. Okay, so let's head back into the spire. I suppose we should really be deciding on a different pathway then to find the balefires. Maybe I should follow the instructions and actually go to a balefire, which we've already lit, and we can have a look around from that position. So yeah, should be able to get there. Trying to find those gusts of wind. Can't really identify them from very far away, I don't think. Is that a structure down there? It looks like it. Can't remember if we've been there or not. There are some gusts of wind there, but not exactly the direction that we're hoping to get to. Okay, so would that be a balefire over there? I don't think it is, because if I remember correctly, we have actually been to that location. Yeah, there we go. Is a way up there. Gateway Outpost, Drifa. It doesn't have the balefire icon, does it? So my assumption is we don't really want to be going there. I see light that would suggest some kind of a spire in this general direction. And I feel like maybe that's where we need to head. So let's do it. Yeah, I'm sort of stabbing in the dark here, guys. We could be having some semi-pointless expeditions here, but hey, it's all in the name of adventure and discovery. So I hope you guys don't mind tagging along on this journey. Drop a like if you're enjoying it, obviously. Okay, we've got mountain goats. Yeah, I can definitely see that off in the distance over there, so... and I feel like we haven't really found a spire in this general location, so it'd be good to have a spire to work with, so that we can glide around wherever we need to go. Walk in the road there, and yeah, I suppose we should take the high ground here. Yeah, there's something up there. Gusts of wind here. Whoops. Let's not cook ourselves. Could do with a little bit of extra fatty meat. If we can find some more. Yeah, I bet following this pathway should lead us all the way up. There is a structure over there, which I can't really recall if we've been to. Perhaps maybe we have, actually. A lot of bones here. bit more... what is this? Obsidian? I think. No, bit of coal. I might mark that down, actually. Anything useful? Not really. Take the flammable goo. I haven't exactly used flammable goo that much though. And I can't really recall what flammable goo is used for. I've got too much stuff on me. All good. That's very, very fixable. How many altars can we have now, actually? We can have up to 10 now. That's very nice. Okay, let's head home. Just gonna do a quick inventory tidy up. We are probably going to end the episode soonish, but we'll try and push a little bit further into this area to see what we can find. Sort of crossing my fingers to find a balefire. Maybe. Maybe not. We shall see. And one thing that I also wanted to do, aside from just having a look at our skills and all that sort of stuff between episodes, I would like to work on additional storage. And I think there's a way you can build storage where you can simply like stack the storage boxes on top of existing ones. And that might actually be a really good thing for us, considering the amount of space that we have to work with at the moment. Alright, looking good. Let's just put our food-related stuff in here. I don't know what I want to do with this bronze sword, to be honest. Maybe I will actually salvage that, because it's not really anything profound. And I do want to keep, like, gems and stuff like that together. So, temporarily, we'll keep them here. I might have to, you know, make sure that I have a specific spot for keeping gems. Yeah, I'm super stretched for, like, storage right now. So, we're gonna need to do something about that. Throw that in there. And yeah, back we go. I think this was the spot. Yeah, definitely the spot. Let's just deactivate that. We'll make another one. And we'll keep that for when we need it. Oh, look at those god raids. This game is just so breathtaking at times. Yeah, that's 100% a balefire up there. Yeah, I feel like I've not done nearly enough exploring of the Albanese summits. also do want to try and get some lean meat, if I can find that. Because lean meat is actually good for making cat food and dog food. Didn't I use the fire wisp summon? There it is. Yeah, I figure we should be using these occasionally. And they should, like, attack stuff automatically, right? And be a distraction. Wow. Definitely doesn't do very much damage, does it? Look, at the very least it'll distract enemies for us, so... We'll use one for now. Can't remember how long it lasts, but probably not too long. And it should give us a little bit of light as well, right? Like in dark areas. Decent finds there. Oh, and it just explodes when it's done. Oh, did it just disappear? Strange. Ring of Frost. What does that do for us? Okay, it just gives us fur patches, I guess. Let me have a look. So... +2 frost resistance. We haven't really looked at our rings in a very long time. Life leech chance. I think I do like life leech, to be honest. And the commander's ring. Nah. I think that's what we'll continue using. Yeah, okay, so that actually corrects me a little bit on where we're getting our life leech from. It is actually from that ring. But I think there might actually be also a skill that we've selected a long time ago already at this point. That should be giving us some life leech. Okay, let's quickly light this fire. Beautiful. Alright. Well, I'm very happy with being able to finally do that. Are we getting warmth from this? Our hypothermia timer seems to still be declining, so seems a little strange to me. So with that lit, we probably want to figure out where the next balefire is, but we are so close to what looks to be a spire over there. So I reckon maybe in the next episode that's what we work towards getting to, and obviously with spires we are likely going to have to do some kind of a gauntlet to try and get to the top. So that might be the entirety of the next episode, or perhaps maybe we'll have a little bit of time to do other things, in which case we might check in with one of the other companions that we have to see if there are other quests to try and take, and perhaps maybe we can learn a few new things about the mechanics that were introduced in this game recently. But anyway, I am signing out here, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like down below as usual. Drop me a comment down below if you want to get in touch. Stay true. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.